guys, this is Katie with Vintage and Vinyl, back with another great video for you today. And in this video, we are talking all about Flexi Discs. Now, Flexi Discs, or sound sheets as they're also known, are neat novelty pieces that were put in cereal boxes and magazines and sometimes in vending machines. They are great little records that play historical events or music, and they're fun to collect. There's a variety of Flexi Discs available for everyone. Now, they don't sound that great. They're just sort of a novelty piece that advertisers and marketers used a lot of times to get people to buy products. There's also 78 RPM Flexi Discs, which were primarily used by DJs because they were light to store and they were very easy to play and have a whole stack of them at the ready. So, where did Flexi Discs get started? Well, Flexi Discs actually go all the way back to 1905 with the invention of the talking postcard. Now, the talking postcard had a way to record your voice onto phonograph grooves, and then you could send that through the mail and people would be able to play it. Now, there's also something that's similar to the Flexi Disc called an X-ray record, and we'll talk more about those in a future video. But basically, those were records that had contraband music on it that weren't allowed to be played in certain countries, so a lot of Western music was put onto those, and they were literally made of X-ray sheets, and people could sneak them into their homes to play music. So I'll be sharing those in a future video. Now, most Flexi Discs were around from the 1950s to the 1990s. I don't know if they're still being produced today, but there's a lot of examples out on the market, and they're really fun to collect if you get a chance to pick up a few of them at a decent price. Some of them, depending on the rarity, can go for around $20 all the way down to $10. So they're pretty easy to find. Now, I got a few of these for $1 at a local salvage yard, and I think they're really, really fabulous. Now, the Flexi Disc was really popular in the mid-1960s because in 1965, National Geographic put out a magazine that featured a Flexi Disc, and on it, it talked all about Churchill's funeral, and it sold millions of copies all around the world. People were fascinated, and advertisers latched onto that because they thought, okay, this is working so well. Why don't we put this in products on the back of things and help advertise our products? So Flexi Discs really, really took off in the mid-60s, and people started using them for all kinds of advertising. And people loved the whole concept of Flexi Discs because who doesn't like getting something free with their purchase of cereal or in a vending machine or in their copy of a magazine? So Flexi Discs have all kinds of things on them, ranging from cool music to some historical events like you see in the National Geographic magazines. Now, what I'm going to show you today is 3 examples of Flexi Discs. I have Flexi Discs that were made by Evatone. Now, Evatone made a lot of the Flexi Discs. They were the big company producing Flexi Discs. And then I have a few 78s and some 33s. Now, most Flexi Discs spin round at 33 1/3 RPM. I have seen a few 45 Flexi Discs, and there actually are 78 Flexi Discs. Now, the 78 Flexi Discs were used primarily for DJs. So, let me show you what I've got. The first Flexi Disc we're going to look at today is from the swing era. This is Time Life magazine. Now, this was produced by the American corporation, made in USA, on Capitol Records. This is a really pretty cool little Flexi Disc, and I like this one a lot because it's got the swing era on it, and it's fun to play these. Now, they don't sound very good. Again, like I said, these are sort of a novelty thing. So what a lot of people do is they actually stick a penny on the record like you would a cereal box record, and it helps stabilize the record as it's moving about on the turntable. This one's pretty dirty. I did pick it up at an architectural salvage yard for $1, so I'm pretty pleased with that, and I can't wait to spin this on my turntable. Now, the next record I have is fun. This is from a National Geographic magazine, and this one was made by Evatone, who made a lot of the Flexi Discs. This is from December of 1969, and this is Sounds of the Space Age from the Sputnik to Lunar Landing. This is a neat historical record with some really, really great history on it, so this is fun to listen to. And it's a double-sided Flexi. You can see the the spot there where it would have come out of the magazine, and I just think this is so cool. And on the bottom it is marked Evatone. So this is easy to find. There's a lot of these online. I have not looked up the swing era, but I know some of the other bigger bands are pretty expensive because some flexi discs can go for more money if they are not as easy to find because they're not very well made. So a lot of people probably tossed them out after they were done or they got damaged. So if you do find them, it is a pretty good thing to pick up. Now the last flexi disc I have is really neat. This is a 78 flexi disc on Mercury, and this is of the Gaylords. I think this is from the late 40s, early 50s. 78s were still around into the 50s because 33 1/3 were invented in 1948 with Columbia's invention of the 33 1/3. So you still see 78s around for a good while after that. But this is Mercury, this is the Gaylords, we've got Sweet Sue and Wonderin', and most of these were typically given to DJs as DJ copies to play on the radio because they were lightweight, they were small, and they were easy to store compared to the ginormous breakable 78. So these are really fun if you can find these. And I think I paid about $10 on eBay for this one, so I was really excited to get it. So lots of fun flexi discs for everybody out there, and they're cool because they are flexi. You can literally shake them back and forth, and I think they are so much fun to collect. I want a few more of these. I'm going to be on the lookout for them, and even this one flexes. Isn't that so cool? I just love these little records. So if you're a record collector or you're someone that likes the unusual, definitely be on the lookout for flexi discs, and I'll be talking more records next Friday on YouTube. And in the meantime, I hope you'll go check out my Instagram channel, vintage_and_vinyl, where you will get some behind the scenes spins of some of my favorite records and of course other fun vintage. So that's it for me this week, and as always, I hope you will stay in, stay safe, and binge YouTube. Bye-bye now.